We all make mistakes. We all run into hiccups. Believe me, a cup of coffee and a cigarette, or a cup of coffee and a cigar.
I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to have to pull the top off pretty soon, because I don't know if there's anything that I have apart now that I might need to take back apart in order to change like any of this mess up in here. I'm still trying to understand what I'm looking at right here. This one's kind of confusing to me. I think these are just two separate pieces of wood and they wedged them together so you don't have to take it all apart. Alright, so I'm going to start unpeeling this top. I already took this one tack strip off right here, banged it back into shape, got the rust off of it. The rest of this, I don't really know how good it's going to clean up. I did find some more, which is good, at the Rhinebeck show. You know, some of the things that worry me here, I guess, are, I might be able to see it, but there's some humps in here. After I pull this off, I'm going to show you why these are here, but see there's one right there? Well, those ought to snap right back in, huh? Here's what I was talking about here. That there propagates pretty far. And it's because there's a bunch of wood just wedged in there, all haphazardly. Look at this mess. Ew. I think you can kind of see here where this is doing weird stuff. And there's back there. What a mess. It looks nice at least, right? Alright, we got some of this cleaned up. First pass anyway. And I got this dug out inside of here. And I got started with the cleaning. I started hardening up this wood a little bit. You know, I think if we're going to go with a theory about this top being original, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's original. Where all these clamps were missing their bolts and stuff, it didn't get put together all the way. The end pieces are where somebody came in and did a cob job. The good news is that I only gave this thing a couple of strategic whacks. Well, I did go around the edge there with the hammer and dolly, this inside lip, but out here, I just gave it a few hits in a couple spots and it all came right back into shape. The big lumps that I was worried about, they came right out, which is surprising. We need a little bit of good luck, right? But yeah, I got the wood hardener all down inside those holes there, and obviously there's no wood there anymore, but I'm going to try to leave the side rails that are in here and just replace the front and the back and just the rest of it cobble it back together. I feel like these are pretty strong. Man, they did not do a nice job of cutting those out, even on the bandsaw. It's all very rough. See if you can eyeball across them here with me. Yeah, it's not pretty, huh? I think the back might be a little bit better than the front. I'm not going to take it all down to metal. I'm just going to make it so it's good enough. All right, so we got a lot of this cleaned down to bare metal. Still got more to do. I've cleaned the rust and just protected this, and I made some shims to go on either side here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a funny piece. I can't even explain it, I'll just have to show you as I go, because it's this is tricky. This is really tricky. Like, this has to not leak. That's tall order right there. That's a tall order, but yeah, we're doing all right. I mean, we're getting this cleaned up. I put a bump back in here, putting my shims in. I got to take that out. I think what I'm going to do is where this lip is, I'm going to put something up inside here so the piece sits flush. I want all this to be the same kind of plane that it sits on. I don't want to try to make a relief cut in the wonky board I'm going to make, and I kind of like the idea of having something in here is a seal, like maybe a strip of leather. I got a gasket cut up in here, and I got it clamped in, and it's under those clamps. And you have to talk quiet because adhesive doesn't cure if it detects your presence. All right, there we go. So this is now the same height. So if I butt something up against here, I don't got to do any kind of a relief cut. It's just like a strip of hard leather. So I think it's going to help, you know, kind of seal, and, you know, like if a little bit of water comes in, it'll help just kind of absorb it and let it dry rather than having a gasket that's just going to trap moisture. You know, the water should penetrate through there a little bit. So all I really did was whittle up this cob job to kind of fit in there. And obviously I had to split it into two pieces so I could get it in there. There we have it. It's not a perfect fit, but it's about as good as they did. So screw it. And I'm just going to screw that together right there, put some glue in there, whatever. I don't think this is ever coming back out. They did a little bit more shaping on it. Not 100% happy with it, but it'll be good enough. I'm really hoping this is the last time I'm putting this contraption back together. I've been whittling on this stupid thing for a real long time. I'm really hoping this is the last time I have to put this back together. I've got the back one made. See in here because of the cameras fighting with with everything else, but this is actually pretty good. I still have to make a relief cut in here where it receives, like the slats that go across there, and do a little bit of fine tuning with it, but I want to kind of get it situated in place before I go like leveling it to that other guy. And we got the back stripped off. And we got the side stripped off. And we got the window out. Yeah, that's what we had to do. It's just the way it is. This will be fine. It's better to do it this way, and I think just get it over with, because all of this just had rust underneath it. So that's what we had to do. We had to change the windows anyway. So here are the windows. This is the windshield, and it was fogged up, so we couldn't use it. The back window wasn't, but look at this. Regular glass. Don't play with that one, fellers. Not good. Be nice for something else though. Use it for polishing. If you haven't watched the chrome video, you should definitely go back and do that. Because today we got some new parts and pieces for the Bluick, or one of the family. We got some running lights. All freshly chromed. So there's a good one. This is the dome light, and our friend chromed the back side of the dome light. So where did these come from?
These all came from Staten Island. I'm the gentleman that had found these parts, recovered these parts, and gave them to Chuck.
So Paul's our curator. He's the one that got all these guys to safety and got them over here for the Bluick. And we wanted to thank Paul for his hard work. He came all the way out here from Pennsylvania to bring us these goodies, and we can't thank him enough. And what else? We got some rubber. We got a box of rubber. What's more exciting than looking at a box of rubber? Look at all that.
NOS American rubber. This is the rubber that you go to Hershey, you go to Carlisle, and the small guys, you don't see the big names, Steel, or the big manufacturers of this. This stuff is made in China. Now, the stuff that I just gave Chuck is all made in America. US made, 80s, and there's a gentleman out there, if no one knows him or a few people do know him, his name is George, and it used to be G&S Auto Parts. And anybody who's ever done Hershey in front of the Giant Stadium or Carlisle out by midfield, you would know who George is. His father was around, his brother was around, and now it's him and his sister. They do Carlisle, Hershey, Chrysler's at Carlisle. I don't think they do Fords, but those are prominent shows, and he's based out of Pennsylvania, like myself, and he has a whirlwind of parts that can't be misunderstood or mistaken for anything else. These are all American-made parts that guys would today go to the big manufacturers and pay big money for. It's made in China. This stuff, all still made here. Parts, anything from your screws all the way up into your rubber products, steering components, brake components, just a whole barn full of NOS parts that are just still there, still out there. So anybody who says they can't find these parts or they don't know where to get these parts, you should ask, because we can still find them.
Get in touch with me and I'll hook you up with Paul. And Paul's the liaison to these things. We got some window track.
US made window track.
Look at
all
that.
US made.
We even got the chrome bead on it.
Anybody who does these, okay, and this was right from the heart and soul himself, told me the new stuff that comes out, and anyone who's doing these, you will see the felt inside within the first year from the sun beating on it, from the actual weather, okay? These felts will fall apart. The NOS stuff doesn't fall apart.
That's
All
the
right?
real stuff. I don't even think you can get the chrome trim on the new stuff.
And not only can you not get the chrome, or if you can, it's going to be twice as much with or without the chrome.
It might be plastic.
But it would be plastic, and the ribbing is plastic bound ribbing.
Yeah.
This is rubber bound ribbing. So anybody who's doing one of these cars and looking for NOS parts,
Yeah, that's molded.
yeah, this is all rubber, made in the USA, has been in his possession now, oh God, 15, 20 years, US made.
Beautiful. We want to thank Paul for his help, his support to the Bluick.
For anyone who says, everyone has seen Chuck's videos, everyone has seen the work he's done and the parts, I can personally say, words can't describe. And anyone who's out there searching for cars and searching for parts, I myself are underway with a huge barn find project, not one but two. If anybody tells you they're not out there, or anybody says it can't be found, they're lying. The cars are still out there and the parts are still out there. Don't be quick to jump to the big manufacturers. Ask the old school guys. Go to Hershey. Go to these shows. You'll be very surprised at what you find.